I try to not let other people's opinions affect my own opinions about games, but I have heard my fair share of good things about Neon White. I had planned to pick it up when it came out, but I was occupied with other games at the time, and it was difficult to avoid opinions of the game given its positive reception. I still avoided looking into specifics because I intended to play it, and the stars aligned with the Steam summer sale starting just as I was wrapping up another review. Neon White is at its core a first-person puzzle platforming game that blends genres such as shooters, card games, and visual novels all wrapped up in an anime aesthetic. You play as the titular Neon White, a sinner that has been temporarily removed from hell to participate in a competition to exterminate demons in heaven. One problem White faces is that he doesn't have any memories of his past life, but other Neons recognize him. With only 10 days in heaven, White sets out to climb the ranks and try to regain his memories about his and his fellow Neons' past. Gameplay in Neon White is structured into two segments, playing through missions and talking to other characters in a hub location. Each mission typically consists of 10 levels, and narratively follows the structure of providing exposition around the 1st, 5th, and 10th level. Each individual level is a platforming challenge with a goal of eliminating demons and reaching the end of the course. You must defeat all demons to unlock the end of the course, and can optionally replay the level to identify the most optimal route to reduce your time as much as possible. Throughout each level, there are soul cards that can be picked up that act as weapons for exterminating demons. Each soul card is a specific type of weapon with unique properties. After picking up a soul card, you're able to fire your weapon until the ammo cost depletes, or discard it early for a unique traversal ability. These abilities provide a depth to movement with options like Elevate, an additional aerial jump, and Stomp, a fast-moving downward spike with a landing shockwave. You can only hold 2 types of soul cards at a given time, and are able to hold up to 3 of each for a maximum of 6 total. Each level has a medal system with specific time thresholds that unlock additional information about the level, such as shortcut hints and the global leaderboard for the level's clear time. There are also gifts hidden in each level that can be given to other characters to raise your relationship with them. These gifts often require expending soul cards and exploring or deviating from the critical path. Due to this, and a smart design choice, the level will automatically end when you obtain the gift and not require you to finish the level. Each level tracks whether or not you have found the gift and shows the gift color that represents which character the gift is for. The hub world acts as the interlude between missions and is where the visual novel elements come into play. You're able to converse with other characters, start your next mission, and give out the gifts that you've collected from each level. Giving gifts to characters increases your relationship level with them, and progressively unlocks more conversations and memories about White's history with them. From the job archive, you're also able to replay previous levels to improve your time, or collect gifts you may have missed or left for later. Neon White never strays from its established tone, with the writing never being terribly serious and often playing into anime tropes. While this writing could be considered bad by some, I think it's best described as campy and is executed consistently, sometimes to great effect. There are many excellent design choices made in Neon White that add to the experience. Every mission there is a new idea introduced that the mission's levels are based around. These mechanics are generally a new demon type that requires a specific strategy to defeat, or a new soul card that shapes the level design. I was very impressed with how each mission felt unique and engaging over the course of the game, with missions never feeling stale or uninspired. The new demon type stood out to me in particular. New demons seamlessly introduce variety and new strategic ideas that are easier to parse in real time, preventing the creep of complex decision-making around soul cards when the player is trained to focus on speed and precision. The pacing of each mission is also very intentional and well executed. While there are certainly endless possibilities for course design by adding more and more complexity, each mission has what feels like a natural progression of the newly introduced concept. The first few levels introduce different rudimentary implementations of the mechanic. The middle levels often present less straightforward paths and creative thinking, and the last few levels expand into longer, more complex courses that encourage feelings of mastery in the player. The overall design also avoids a very common problem with first-person platforming: not being able to see where your character will land in 3-dimensional space. Platforms are often large enough that elements of precision, while still important to an extent, are far more forgiving because of the large surface area. In general, most points of interest are consistently large enough that the player can quickly discern how to approach an obstacle and where they should be going. A small touch that I appreciated is that in more vertical scenarios, you can see White's shadow as a circle when looking down. While it may seem like an obvious inclusion, having an element that provides a visual indicator of where you will land is very helpful when optimizing your path. Soul cards stand out as a very creative design implementation. Soul cards add depth without overcomplicating the gameplay by separating weapons and power-ups, and representing both as a single resource that must be managed throughout a course provides an engaging decision for the player. Should you expend the discard ability early to find a time-saving skip, or do you need to save the card for later in the level to more quickly and effectively dispatch demons? As you learn how to use the soul cards in a level, the medals for clear times encourage the player to craft optimal routes, and showing a leaderboard of their friends and global completion times can subtly motivate the player to further optimize their route if they desire. Neon White also does a good job of blending the visual novel aspects and platforming in a way that doesn't feel disconnected. Gifts can only be obtained through finding them in levels, and gift placement often requires the player to strategize and define a new path with a mindset other than speed and precision. Adding to this connection, the main character's relationship tracks include side missions that provide additional gameplay with a focus on the established mechanics, such as not being able to use discard abilities or having a more puzzle focus. After my time with it, I think Neon White certainly has earned the glowing reputation it seems to have garnered in the online space. It's an impressively polished experience full of well-defined and executed design, a killer soundtrack by Machine Girl, and a level of freedom that allows different types of players to have the experience they want without sacrificing anything. Neon White succeeds in blending elements from several genres to create an altogether unique experience that anyone can enjoy. Thanks for watching, take care, and remember, keep having fun.